On the phone, it's a pleasure to welcome back to the program host of All In with Chris Hayes, and also Nation Magazine editor. What are you? What is your title at Nation?
I am editor at large.
Editor at large, and
Editor at large.
So, Chris, before we get started, I want to talk obviously about your piece from April in the Nation magazine, the new abolitionism, and in the context of this big march that's going to be taking place in New York and protests around the world, frankly, regarding climate change. But we got to deal with this elephant in the room about this whole thing where you're apparently you haven't checked in with the PC police on
oh, you're talking about Girl Talk Gate.
That's right, Girl Talk Gate. How could you? It is Girl Talk to say that that the idea of ISIS invading our border is girl talk.
All right. So last night, to explain to the listeners who are not avid Newsbusters readers, last night I made an offhanded reference, which I admit was like possibly a little on the obscure side, about the fact that this right-wing sort of trope about how ISIS is going to come through the southern border, that over the last 13 years, there's actually been a whole variety of times when like this, where like sort of terrorism session and border obsession were mashed up together. And I said it's like a Girl Talk mashup of like the terrorism obsession, the border obsession into one. It's like and I said that, and I said it like a Girl Talk mashup. And then Newsbusters, who dutifully watch every show on MSNBC that is ever on, wrote up that I dismissed these concerns with this frankly unfeminist term. I'm going to have to be sent to the re-education camps because I said Girl Talk, and then Gawker pointed out that who Girl Talk was and what I was saying.
Yes, Girl Talk is a DJ who mashes up sort of disparate, I guess, musical genres.
Yeah, like Marilyn Manson and Kanye West, like that sort of thing.
But kudos, they at least put a correction at the top of Newsbusters.
They did. And let me say this, weirdly, you end up having like this weird, I wouldn't say like, I'm not sure what the word is, but there's a strange little soft spot in my heart for Newsbusters insofar as like, there's some guy over there watching the show every night. Like we're both like, it's like he and I are both there at 8 o'clock every night. It's like the cartoon where like the wolf and the sheepdog and the sheep like clock in.
Exactly at the same time. It seems like he's clocking in a little bit late, or trying to get out of work a little bit early. I would have imagined that at one point it was, hey, that's sort of a strange thing to say, Girl Talk. But it actually, in some ways, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it is sort of an insight into this guy's mind, because if I heard that and didn't know the reference, which I would admit I don't know virtually any cultural references, I would say that's just a weird way. Why would that be Girl Talk? I mean, even one would have to have in their mind some notion of what Girl Talk is for that to fit that bill,
right?
Without saying like, that's a weird turn of a phrase. I wonder. I'm just going to Google Girl Talk and see if there's something out there that I'm not aware of. But all right, be that as it may, I had to deal with that because, of course, I don't want Newsbusters to be knocking me for not knocking you for that. So
you asked the hard questions.
Indeed.